Right. So today we are going to be diving into a topic that's pretty heavy, but honestly really important, and that is suicide amongst YouTubers. Our source for this deep dive is a YouTube video that lists 20 creators who have tragically taken their own lives.
Right.
And I have to admit, even just watching this video, I felt the weight of these stories.
Yeah.
And it really got me thinking, like, what factors are at play here? What pushes someone with a platform and an audience to this point?
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, because the video doesn't just present a list of names. It actually digs into the potential common threads.
Right.
And I gotta say, even for someone like me who deals with this topic professionally, seeing those individual stories like that really hits home. They're not just statistics, you know?
Well,
these are people.
Exactly. And I think it's easy to get caught up in the numbers, but before we even start, we need to acknowledge that each of these YouTubers had a life. They had dreams. They had struggles. They were more than just a tragic headline.
Absolutely. And I think the video does a good job of organizing the information, not by individual, but by theme.
Okay.
Which I think is really helpful in understanding the broader context.
Right, like a puzzle.
Yeah.
With different pieces forming a bigger picture.
Exactly.
So the first piece the video lays down is the one we hear about so often.
Yeah.
Cyberbullying and harassment. They use Amanda Todd as the first example.
Right.
And it's just heartbreaking.
Oh, absolutely. Amanda's story is sadly one that has become almost symbolic.
Right.
Of the dark side of online life.
Yeah.
A 15-year-old driven to suicide after relentless bullying following a leaked private image.
Right.
I mean, it forces us to confront the fact that online cruelty can have devastating real-world consequences, especially for young people.
And what really struck me was how the video then brings up Jamie Rodemeyer and Kim Korkmaz.
Yeah.
Both victims of intense cyberbullying as well.
Right.
Like a pattern, horrible echo effect, where these cases just reinforce how vulnerable creators can be to this online hate.
And it raises a crucial question, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What is the responsibility of platforms like YouTube in preventing and responding to harassment?
Right.
It's easy to point fingers.
Right.
But the reality is far more complex.
Oh, definitely. There's a whole conversation to be had about the role of algorithms.
Oh, yeah.
Content moderation, even the culture of the platform itself. But as the video shows, cyberbullying isn't the only factor at play here.
No.
The video then goes on to explore cases where mental health was a primary struggle.
Right.
Arlene Cole, for instance, she was very open about her autism and borderline personality disorder.
What makes Arlene's case particularly poignant, I think, is that she was rejected by another YouTuber she admired, and that heartbreak seemed to be a tipping point.
Yeah.
You know, it underscores the fact that even those who seem to have it all together online can be struggling deeply beneath the surface.
Makes you wonder, right?
Yeah.
How many creators are out there putting on a brave face while battling their own demons?
Absolutely.
Justin Carmichael, the gaming YouTuber, is another example of this.
Yeah.
His story really shocked a lot of people.
Yes, because Justin was so beloved by his audience. And after his death, it came out that he had been struggling with bipolar disorder and was facing allegations of sexual assault.
Wow.
It's a stark reminder that the online world can often be a curated version of reality, hiding complex and sometimes troubling truths.
It's like we, the viewers,
Right.
are seeing just one side
Yeah.
of a multifaceted person.
Yeah.
It makes me think, what responsibility do we have as an audience to be more discerning, to not buy into these perfect online personas?
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
We tend to forget that creators are human beings with flaws and complexities, just like everyone else.
Right.
And the pressure to maintain a certain image online, to always be on, can take a tremendous toll on their mental health.
The video also highlights Stevie Ryan,
Yeah.
a comedian who was very open about her struggles with depression, even had a podcast about it.
Right.
Yet, tragically, she lost her battle after her grandfather's death.
It's a reminder that mental health isn't a one-time fix.
Right.
It's an ongoing journey with ups and downs.
Yeah.
And even those who advocate for awareness can still succumb to the very challenges they're trying to highlight. It's heartbreaking, but also a call for us to be more compassionate and understanding.
Absolutely. It's not just about awareness.
Right.
It's about creating a culture of support.
Yeah.
Speaking of pressure, the video then delves into the cases where the pressure to succeed in the online world seemed to play a significant role.
Right.
They talk about Kazem Akboga, who went viral but couldn't replicate that success.
Chasm's story really highlights the potential dark side of internet fame.
Right.
It's like this double-edged sword. On the one hand, you have this incredible opportunity to reach a global audience, build a community, potentially make a living doing what you love.
Right.
But on the other hand, you have this relentless pressure to produce, to stay relevant, to constantly feed the algorithm.
Yeah, and if you can't keep up with that pace, if the views drop or the comments turn negative, it can be incredibly demoralizing.
Absolutely.
Especially for someone who may already be struggling with self-doubt or insecurities.
Exactly. And the video also brings up Hannah Stone, the young singer whose suicide was linked to her perceived failure in the music industry.
Oh, wow.
It makes you think about how the internet amplifies the comparison game, making it so easy to measure your worth against others' highlights.
Yeah, and for someone like Hannah, who is already dealing with the trauma of sexual assault, that pressure must have been unbearable.
Absolutely.
It's a reminder that we need to be more mindful of the narrative we internalize online.
Yeah.
And to focus on our own unique journeys rather than getting caught up in this constant comparison trap.
It's about recognizing that success isn't a linear path.
Right.
And that there's no one-size-fits-all definition of what it means to make it.
So true. And it's not just the pressure to succeed, but the trauma some of these creators carried with them.
Yeah.
The video highlights Nathan Willis, a musician who became increasingly reclusive before his suicide, and Tommy Dang, a Marine veteran struggling with PTSD after serving in Afghanistan.
These stories really underscore the importance of recognizing and addressing trauma. It's not something that just disappears.
Right.
It can linger and manifest in unexpected ways, especially if it's not properly addressed.
And in the online world, where vulnerability can be both celebrated and exploited, it's crucial to create a space where people feel safe to share their experiences without fear of judgment or further harm.
Absolutely. Trauma-informed care, both online and offline, is essential. We need to move beyond simply raising awareness to actually creating systems of support that are accessible and effective.
And then the video takes us into some truly disturbing territory. Cases where extreme behavior was a factor. They talk about Randy Stair, who went by Andrew Blaze online and planned a mass shooting at his workplace before taking his own life. And then there's Carl Harold, who committed suicide in jail after being found to have been abusing his son.
These cases, while incredibly difficult to process, highlight the complex intersection of mental health violence and societal issues. It makes you question the adequacy of our mental health, the need for early intervention, and the responsibility we have as a society to identify and address warning signs before they escalate to tragedy.
It makes you wonder, what role did the internet play in shaping their actions? Did it provide an echo chamber for their anger and resentment? A platform to amplify their distorted worldview?
That's a question that researchers and experts are grappling with. We're still learning about the complex interplay between online and offline behavior. And how the internet can both exacerbate and mask underlying mental health issues.
It's definitely a conversation that needs to continue.
Absolutely.
Another case that really shook me was Nasim Aghdam, the YouTube shooter. Her story is so complex. And raises so many questions about the role of online platforms in shaping our perceptions of reality.
What's interesting in Nasim's case is that her family had warned authorities about her erratic behavior and her growing resentment towards YouTube. It makes you think about the missed opportunities for intervention, the gaps in our mental health system, and the challenges of addressing online extremism.
It's a stark reminder that the internet can be a breeding ground for all sorts of ideologies. And that we need to be more vigilant in identifying and addressing harmful content and behavior before it spills over into the real world.
Absolutely. And it underscores the importance of critical thinking and media literacy in a world where information, both true and false, spreads rapidly online.
Then the video shifts to a theme that's so relevant today, especially for creators, and that's financial instability. They start with the story of Chaz Petrella, a 12-year-old whose family couldn't afford his continued care at a specialized boarding school after he posted a video about suicide.
Chaz's case is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because it highlights the intersection of mental health and socioeconomic factors.
Right.
It's a reminder that access to mental health resources is not equal.
Yeah.
And that financial strain can exacerbate existing challenges, especially for vulnerable youth.
Like a double blow.
Yeah.
Dealing with mental health issues on top of financial stress.
Absolutely.
It makes you wonder about the support systems available to young people, especially those facing multiple vulnerabilities.
We need to be doing more to create safety nets for those who are struggling, regardless of their background or financial situation.
And then the video talks about Trevor J. Heitman, a millionaire YouTuber who lost his fortune after being banned from a gaming platform.
Oh, wow.
It's a wild example of how quickly things can change in the online world.
Trevor's story highlights the precarious nature of online careers and the emotional toll of sudden financial loss.
Yeah.
You know, 1 minute you're on top of the world, the next minute you're facing financial ruin.
Yeah, it's like building a house on sand.
Yeah.
You can have this huge following, tons of views, but it can all disappear overnight.
Absolutely.
And for someone whose identity and self-worth are so tied to their online presence, that loss can be devastating.
Right. And it raises the question of sustainability, not just financially, but emotionally.
Right.
How do you build a career in a space that's constantly changing, where the rules can change at any moment?
It's a challenge, for sure.
It is.
And it makes me think, what is the responsibility of platforms in all of this? Are they doing enough to support their creators?
Yeah.
To provide resources and guidance to ensure a level playing field?
That's a whole other discussion we could have.
Right.
But it's an important one.
Yeah.
The video does a good job of raising these questions without providing easy answers.
Right.
And I think that's part of what makes it so thought-provoking.
You're right. It's not about finding a single solution.
Yeah.
But about understanding the complexity of the issue and approaching it with empathy and a willingness to have those difficult conversations.
Absolutely. It's interesting how the video then shifts gears a bit and talks about Freddie E., the hip-hop artist behind the Jerk TV channel.
Right.
He seemed to have such a bright future, but his story is a harsh reminder that what we see online is often just a sliver of what's really going on.
Yeah, I know, right? He was known for his comedy and inspirational messages.
Yeah.
But then there were those cryptic tweets expressing his despair before he took his own life. It's a reminder that we never truly know what's going on behind the screen.
And the speculation surrounding his death is a prime example of how quickly things can spiral online.
Right.
Many people jump to conclusions, blaming his long-term crush rapper, Honey Cocaine, for his emotional state.
It's like people need someone to blame.
Right.
A simple explanation for something so complex.
Exactly.
But as we've been discussing, suicide is rarely ever about just one thing.
Right.
It's a convergence of factors, internal struggles, external pressures, and often a lack of support.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Freddie's case also highlights the dangers of parasocial relationships.
Yeah.
Where fans feel like they know a creator intimately based on their online persona. Those lines can get blurred. And when something tragic happens, it can be difficult to separate reality from fantasy.
It's a good reminder for all of us, myself included, to be mindful of those boundaries.
Absolutely.
And to remember that creators are human beings with lives that extend beyond the content they share online.
Right.
Speaking of blurred line, the video then brings up Kim Korkmaz.
Right.
The Turkish YouTuber who achieved a lot of success, but was also targeted by bullies relentlessly.
Kim's story really exposes the dark underbelly of online fame. You know, he had a large following, even landed movie roles, but he was constantly tormented by trolls who attacked his appearance and mocked his young fan base.
It's like success in the online world doesn't shield you from cruelty.
Right.
It often just makes you a bigger target.
Exactly.
And I can only imagine how difficult it must have been for Kim to maintain a positive image while facing that constant barrage of negativity.
It speaks to the immense pressure creators face to present a perfect, unbreakable persona online, even when they're hurting inside.
Right.
The video mentions how Kim eventually lashed out at his bullies during a live stream.
Oh, wow.
Using slurs and profanity.
Really?
Which ultimately cost him his job.
Oh my gosh.
It's a tragic example of how online hate can push someone to a breaking point.
It's a vicious cycle, isn't it?
Yeah.
The bullying fuels the emotional distress, which then manifests in ways that further fuel the negativity.
Absolutely.
It's a reminder that words have power.
Yeah.
And that online hate can have real-world consequences.
Absolutely. And it highlights the need for platforms to take a more proactive approach in moderating content, protecting their creators, and fostering a more positive and supportive environment.
Speaking of platforms and their role in all of this, the video then goes on to discuss Nasim Agdam, the YouTube shooter.
Yeah.
Her case was so shocking.
It was.
And it really shook the entire YouTube community.
Right.
Here's someone who became increasingly convinced that YouTube was suppressing her content and limiting her reach. And tragically, she acted on that anger in a violent way.
What's particularly disturbing about Nasim's case is that her family had warned authorities about her erratic behavior and her growing resentment towards YouTube.
Really?
It makes you wonder if there were missed opportunities for intervention, if there was more that could have been done to prevent the tragedy.
It's a reminder that online platforms have a responsibility to take threats seriously and to have systems in place to address potentially harmful content and behavior.
Absolutely.
And on a broader level, it highlights the importance of mental health resources and support systems for those who are struggling both online and offline.
Absolutely. We can't just ignore warning signs and hope for the best.
Right.
We need to be proactive in identifying those who are at risk and connecting them with the help they need.
And then the video takes us to a case that really brings up the ethical dilemmas of live streaming.
Right.
The story of Arslan Believ. His story is just chilling.
It is.
A Russian snake expert who, after a breakup, decided to live stream his own suicide by snakebite.
Oh, wow.
It's hard to even fathom the despair he must have been feeling to make that choice.
And what makes it even more disturbing is that some viewers actually encouraged his actions.
Oh, my God.
While others desperately tried to intervene.
Wow.
It raises a lot of questions about the responsibility of platforms in moderating live content and the role of viewers in such situations.
Right. Like, when does watching become complicit?
Right.
When does intervening become necessary?
It's like the internet blurs those lines between reality and performance.
Right.
And in a situation like Arslan's, it's hard to know where the line is, when to step in, when to reach out for help.
It's a stark reminder that online actions can have real-world consequences. And that we all have a role to play in creating a safer and more responsible online environment.
Absolutely. It's about cultivating empathy. Both for the creators and for each other as viewers. We need to be mindful of the power of our words and actions and to recognize that online spaces are extensions of our real-world communities with all their complexities and vulnerabilities.
And we can't forget about the real-world impact of cyberbullying. Which the video brings back into focus with the heartbreaking story of Jamie Rodemeyer.
Jamie's story is particularly poignant because he was openly gay and a participant in the It Gets Better project, a campaign aimed at supporting LGBTQ plus youth facing harassment. And yet, despite his advocacy and his efforts to make things better, he was still subjected to relentless bullying both online and off.
It's a tragic reminder that words can wound.
They do.
And that cyberbullying can have devastating consequences, especially for young people who are already facing challenges related to their identity and self-acceptance.
Jamie's story also underscores the need for greater support and resource for LGBTQ plus who are disproportionately affected by bullying and mental health issues. We need to create spaces where they feel safe, accepted, and empowered to be themselves.
Absolutely. And we need to challenge the homophobia and transphobia that still permeates online spaces. Making it clear that hate speech is not acceptable. Speaking of hidden struggles, the video then dives into the case of Justin Carmike, the gaming YouTuber, who after his death was revealed to have been facing allegations of sexual assault.
It's a reminder that online personas don't always reflect the full story and that we need to be cautious about idealizing creators or putting them on a pedestal. Justin's case also raises complex questions about accountability and the impact of delayed revelations on victims.
It's a difficult situation to navigate.
It is.
Balancing the need for due process and transparency with the potential for both false accusations and the silencing of victims.
It's a reminder that we need to approach these situations with sensitivity and a commitment to understanding the nuances involved.
You know, as we're going through these cases, I'm noticing this recurring theme of isolation and loneliness. Many of these YouTubers had large online followings. but it seems like many of them were struggling in silence.
That's a really insightful observation.
Yeah.
You know, the internet can create an illusion of connection, but it can also mask deep-seated feelings of loneliness and isolation.
Right. It's like being surrounded by people.
Yeah.
But still feeling utterly alone.
Exactly.
It's a reminder that online interactions
Right.
can never fully replace real-world connections and support networks.
Absolutely.
We need to be more mindful of those who may be struggling both online and offline and reach out with empathy and compassion.
Absolutely. We can't just assume that someone is okay because they seem to have it all together online.
Yeah.
Sometimes a simple check-in, a listening ear, a genuine expression of care can make a world of difference.
It's about fostering a culture of support where individuals feel comfortable seeking help and know that they're not alone in their struggles.
Absolutely.
And then the video tells the story of Stephen Jonathan Love, the successful businessman and motorcycle vlogger who embarked on this cross-country road trip after a difficult divorce.
Stephen's story really highlights the complexities of grief and loss. You know, he seemed to be coping well with the divorce, documenting his travels, sharing his experiences online. But beneath the surface, he was clearly battling intense emotional pain.
It's a reminder that we all process grief differently. And that even those who appear strong and resilient on the outside can be struggling internally.
Absolutely.
And it highlights the importance of patience and understanding of allowing individuals the space and time they need to heal.
Stephen's case also underscores the importance of seeking professional help when dealing with significant life changes or emotional distress. Bottling up emotions can lead to unhealthy coping mechanisms and prevent individuals from processing their pain in a healthy way.
It's like trying to outrun your own shadow.
Right.
Eventually it catches up to you.
Absolutely.
The video then features Escalade Force.
Okay.
A filmmaker known for his tech reviews and tutorials. His story really struck a chord with me.
Yeah.
Because he seemed so positive and upbeat in his videos.
His case is a perfect example of how appearances can be deceiving. And how we should never assume that someone's online persona reflects their true emotional state behind that cheerful facade. Escalade was battling silent depression.
It's a reminder that we need to be more attuned to the subtle signs of struggle, both online and offline, and to create spaces where individuals feel comfortable discussing their mental health without fear of judgment or stigma.
And it highlights the importance of destigmatizing mental health. And creating an environment where individuals feel empowered to seek help without shame or fear of repercussions.
Speaking of destigmatizing mental health, the video then shifts to the tragic story of Stevie Ryan. The comedian who had achieved mainstream success with her own sketch show and podcast.
What makes Stevie's story so impactful is that she was very open about her struggle depression, even speaking about her fear of relapse after her grandfather's death. It's a heartbreaking reminder that mental health is an ongoing journey. And that even those who advocate for awareness and seek treatment can still face challenges.
It's a reminder that recovery isn't linear. And that there will be ups and downs along the way.
Absolutely.
And it highlights the importance of continuous support and the need to be vigilant in recognizing warning signs, even when individuals appear to be doing well.
It's about creating a safety net where individuals feel comfortable reaching out for help when they need it most without fear of judgment or rejection.
Absolutely. And recognizing that mental health isn't a destination, a lifelong journey that requires ongoing self-awareness and a strong support system.
And it's important to remember that seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness.
Speaking of strength, the video then highlights the story of Kazem Makboga. The German comedian who went viral with his song about Berlin's public transportation.
Kazem's story is a cautionary tale about the pitfalls of instant fame. He experienced this meteoric rise to success, but was unable to replicate that initial viral hit. This inability to meet the expectations he had set for himself, coupled with the pressure to constantly produce new content, took a toll on his mental health.
It's like the internet's version of the one-hit wonder syndrome. The pressure to maintain that level of success and stay relevant can be incredibly overwhelming.
Absolutely.
Especially for someone who may already be struggling with self-doubt or insecurity.
It's a reminder that we need to promote a more balanced and realistic view of success. One that emphasizes hard work, resilience, and the importance of pursuing passions over fleeting trends.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's not about chasing viral fame.
Right.
It's about finding joy in the creative process and building a sustainable career that aligns with your values and goals.
Exactly. And recognizing that true fulfillment comes from within, not from external validation or the number of views or likes you receive.
And then the video takes us to a story that hit close to home for many.
Yeah.
That of Tommy Dang, the Marine veteran, who struggled with PTSD after serving in Afghanistan.
Tommy's story really highlights the devastating impact of trauma and the unique challenges faced by veterans returning from combat zones. PTSD is a serious condition that requires specialized care and support. Right. And yet many veterans struggle to access the resources they need.
It's a reminder that we as a society have a responsibility to support our veterans and to ensure they receive the care they deserve.
Absolutely.
The transition back to civilian life can be incredibly challenging, especially for those who have experienced traumatic events.
Right.
And we need to be there for them every step of the way.
Absolutely. We need to destigmatize seeking help for mental health issues within the military and create a culture where soldiers feel comfortable talking about their experiences and accessing support without fear of judgment or repercussions.
It's about creating a space where vulnerability is seen as a strength, not a weakness. And where seeking help is seen as a sign of courage, not failure. As we're nearing the end of this deep dive, I'm struck by the sheer number of stories we've explored. Each one a tragic reminder of the fragility of life and the complexities of mental health.
It's been a heavy journey for sure.
It has.
And I think what's most important is that we don't just listen to these stories.
Right.
We learn from them.
Yeah.
We need to use this knowledge to create a more compassionate and supportive world, both online and offline.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
These stories are a call to action for all of us to be more mindful, more empathetic, and more proactive in addressing the challenges that lead to such tragic outcomes.
It's interesting how the video then highlights Daniel Kyer, part of the YouTube comedy group Syndigo.
Right.
His story is particularly jarring because he seemed to have everything going for him. A successful YouTube channel, a supportive group of friends, a promising future.
It's like a gut punch because it reminds us that mental health struggles can affect anyone, regardless of their outward success or apparent happiness.
Absolutely.
It really reinforces the importance of checking in on those we care about, even if they seem to be thriving.
Yeah.
Because we never truly know what someone might be going through internally.
And the ripple effect of Daniel's suicide on the Syndigo group is significant.
Right.
Their decision to stop producing new content speaks volumes about the depth of their grief and the lasting impact of such a loss.
It's a stark reminder that suicide is never a solitary act.
Right.
Its impact extends far beyond the individual, leaving a void that can be incredibly difficult to fill.
Absolutely. And it really emphasizes the importance of community support and resources for those who have lost loved ones.
The video then shifts gears to the story of Hannah Stone, a teenage singer who tragically took her own life.
Hannah's story is particularly complex, a tragic convergence of trauma and the pressures of the music industry. She had experienced sexual assault at a social media convention.
Oh, wow.
And was struggling to cope with the emotional aftermath of that event. In addition to that, she was facing immense pressure to succeed in the music industry, witnessing the success of a perceived rival while she was struggling to land a record deal. It's a heartbreaking illustration of how multiple stressors can converge, creating an overwhelming burden for someone already grappling with their mental health. It also highlights the unique challenges faced by young people in the digital age, where social media can amplify feelings of inadequacy and comparison.
It's striking how much perceived failure played a role in Hannah's case. You know, she felt like she was falling behind while others were achieving their dreams, and that added another layer to her despair.
It underscores the importance of promoting a healthier perspective on success, especially for young people. We need to encourage them to define success on their own terms and celebrate their unique journeys rather than getting caught up in the relentless pursuit of external validation.
We need to foster a culture that values individual growth
and celebrates effort, resilience, and authenticity, rather than placing undue emphasis on external markers of success.
Then the video takes us to a deeply disturbing case. That of Elliot Rodger, who committed a mass shooting before taking his own life.
Elliot's case is a chilling reminder of the dangers of misogyny, entitlement, and the toxic masculinity that can permeate online spaces.
Right.
He harbored intense hatred toward women, blaming them for his perceived social failures and lack of romantic success.
Oh, gosh.
His actions were a horrific act of violence, fueled by a distorted worldview that dehumanized and objectified.
It serves as a stark reminder that online hate speech can have real-world consequences, and that we need to be vigilant in challenging and addressing misogynistic and hateful rhetoric, both online and offline.
Right.
We have to create a culture that values respect, equality, and empathy.
Absolutely.
Where individuals are held accountable for their words and actions.
Elliot's case also underscores the need for early intervention and mental health support for individuals who exhibit signs of extremism, violence, or social isolation.
Right.
We need systems in place to provide help before thoughts and behaviors escalate to dangerous levels.
It's about creating a safety net, both online and offline, where individuals feel supported and empowered to seek help before tragedy strikes.
Precisely. And fostering a culture where mental health is prioritized.
Right.
Where individuals feel comfortable discussing their struggles. And where seeking help is seen as a sign of strength, not weakness.
So after going through all of these stories, what are the key takeaways? What can we learn from this deep dive into the tragic stories of these YouTubers?
Well, I think these stories serve as a powerful reminder of the human cost of online fame.
Right.
And the complexities of mental health. You know, we need greater awareness of the challenges faced by online creators. Better strategies to address cyberbullying and harassment.
Right.
And we need platforms to step up and foster safer and more inclusive online space.
What surprised you most about these stories?
I think the sheer diversity of experiences. There's no single unifying narrative.
Right.
Each individual had their own unique story, their own set of challenges, and their own path that ultimately led to tragedy. It's a reminder that suicide is a complex issue with no easy answers or quick fix.
It's about approaching each individual with empathy, understanding, and a willingness to listen and support.
Absolutely. And recognizing that everyone, regardless of their online presence or perceived success, can struggle with mental health challenges.
What questions do you still have?
I'm wondering how we can translate this awareness into action. How can we be more proactive about mental health, both online and offline? How can we empower individuals to seek help and support before they reach a crisis point? These are questions that demand ongoing dialogue and collaboration.
It's about moving beyond awareness to action.
Absolutely.
Translating our empathy into tangible steps that create a safer, more supportive and compassionate world.
Exactly. And recognizing that creating a healthier online environment isn't just the responsibility of platforms or creators, but a collective effort that requires all of us to be more mindful, more compassionate, and more willing to reach out and support those in need.
This video focused on YouTubers. But it raises a crucial question for us as viewers. How can we contribute to a healthier online environment for creators? What is our responsibility in preventing future tragedy?
Great question.
Yeah.
As viewers, we need to be mindful of the content we consume, the comments we make, and how we engage with creators.
Yeah.
You know, we can choose to be supportive, challenge hate speech, report abusive behavior, and contribute to a culture of respect and kindness.
We also need to be mindful of the pressure we might unintentionally place on creators to constantly produce content and maintain a perfect online persona.
Absolutely. We need to remember that creators are human beings. With their own lives, struggles, and vulnerabilities. Let's engage with them authentically. Appreciate their work, and support their well-being, both online and offline.
This deep dive has been incredibly thought-provoking and emotionally challenging.
It has.
It's a reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of prioritizing mental health for ourselves and for those around us.
If there's one thing I hope listeners take away from this, it's that they're not alone. If you're struggling, please reach out for help. There are resources available, people who care, and a community that wants to support you. And if you know someone who might be struggling, don't hesitate to reach out. Listen and offer your support. Even a small act of kindness can make a world of difference.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
It's been heavy, but it sparked a conversation. We hope continues beyond this episode.
Absolutely.
Take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and let's work together to create a more compassionate and supportive world.
I agree.